Hey everyone, I'm Almar of almarsguides.com, and this video here is going to go over Matron Hive North, which is a dungeon in Asheron's Call. So this dungeon is located in Kayaban, which is in the Garudian side of the town network. It's very easy to get to inside of this town. It's pretty much like just right inside the dead center of the town. Now, this dungeon is used in a few different quests. Asheron's Raiment is one of them. It's pretty much undergarments that cover your entire lower body, I guess you could say. Pretty much it's full protection. They also give you, I can't remember if it's a major or a minor at this low of a level. Probably a major since it's level 60. And aside from that, this dungeon in all is just a great experience. And pretty much gets my stamp of approval. I've leveled many low-level characters through this dungeon very successfully. Now, the only downside about this dungeon is it's extremely difficult to kill here and survive here with low melee defense. Melee defense is going to be like the biggest difficulty when it comes time to killing these Ulthuis and leveling through these Ulthuis, because you're gonna need high melee D in order to survive here, and that's pretty much it. You're gonna need I'd say about 390 to 400 melee D buffed in order to properly survive in this location. Any less and the Ulthuis are just gonna completely obliterate you. I'd also highly recommend that you also buff your armor. Of course, you might not be able to fully buff yourself and stuff like that, but if you're able to toss a few buffs on your armor, that's going to help you out significantly more than, if you wouldn't be able to buff your armor. Now, as aforementioned earlier in the video, this location is great experience. I strongly recommend this location to anybody leveling up, and even though you might not be able to handle it right away at level 60, you will definitely be able to handle this location by about level 70, 75, depending on your class and where you've allocated your experience while leveling up. Like I said, if you've put your experience into melee defense, you should be just fine. If your melee defense is behind, or if you're a mage and it's unspecialized, this location is going to be significantly harder. Now, it's also strongly recommended, like I said, that you buff your armor. What buffs you want to use are acid protection, bludgeon, slashing, piercing, and pretty much all of the physical protections mixed in with acid protection. Because acid protection is going to is like the main thing that the Ulthuis here use. You pretty much need acid protection in order to survive here, along with the other ones. I find that the Ulthuis bludge me more often than they do anything else that's physical. So as long as you have acid and a few of the physical protections on your armor, you should be pretty good. You should be able to handle it and survive here quite well. You can also probably have buff bots buff your armor if you can't do it yourself. So that's definitely something you want to keep in mind. Also, in the level 60 plus hive, you're going to be finding some of the low level salvages that can't be found in many high level dungeons, such as red garnet, black garnet, jet, and I know I'm missing one, but those are the main core ones that you'll be finding here that you really just don't find anywhere past like level 150. So it's also recommended that you bring a bludge-rend weapon with you to kill these Ulthuis. Ulthuis are most vulnerable to bludgeon damage, and hence the reason to bring a bludge-rend weapon. Now, you'll want to find a weapon that is bludgeoning damage. First of all, you can ID it and check it out by right-clicking on it and figuring out what it is. Once you figure out if it's bludgeon damage, if you can land a bludge-rend imbue on it, it'll do significantly more damage to pretty much mobs that were already vulnerable to bludge-rend or took more damage from bludge-rend anyway. Now, if you can't find a bludge-rend weapon, don't worry too much, because the Ulthuis are equally as vulnerable to pierce as they are bludge. So that's pretty much your second best choice that you can possibly make. If you can't get bludge-rend, get pierce-rend. And if you can't get either, I guess it's alright to stick with armor-rend, crippling blow, critical strike, things like that. My mage, I'm pretty sure, used the crippling blow wand throughout here, or critical strike, one of the two, because I couldn't find a blunt wand for like ever. So don't be too afraid to use, some of those older wands, or rather non-bludge rend / pierce rend weapons. It will make a difference. You will kill a little bit slower, but it's not like you need a bludge rend weapon in order to hunt here. Aside from that, there's only one more thing really worth mentioning about this location, and that's the scarlet red / lucky gold letters that you'll be getting from leveling / killing up here. Now, these letters are kind of uncommon in this hive. Not as common as they are in like the lower level Tusker hive, or not Tusker hives, but Tusker dungeons. However, you will still get maybe five scarlet red and maybe 2 lucky gold an hour, maybe kick it up to like 10 scarlet red and a few more lucky gold. Now, you can turn these 2 letters in at a collector. For experience, lucky gold is 200k a piece and scarlet red is 100k a piece. And they will also give you gambling tokens. Low stakes for scarlet red and mid stakes for lucky gold. And then you'll be able to gamble these tokens away at the casinos for more items that you'll be able to turn in at a collector, as well as other great rewards. So it's definitely worth looting them and definitely worth turning them in at a collector. However, it's important to keep in mind that there is a weekly quota for each of your characters that you may or may not hit by turning these in, depending on how many you turn in, how long you hunt at this location, and things of that nature. So that's definitely something you want to keep in mind. And also something you want to remember is your character must be at least level 40 in order to turn these in. Obviously, if you're hunting in the Soulflare Hive, you'll be level 40, or rather above level 40. However, if you were thinking about turning in the scarlet / lucky gold letters after you cap out for your week, or just to get an alt experience, that alt would have to be level 40 in order to turn them in. So that's pretty much all there is to say about this All the Way Hive. If you guys enjoyed this video, of course, as always, like, comment, and subscribe to me for future gaming and Asheron's Call videos. As always, good luck and happy hunting.